So, what do you make of the growing public pressure in Israel for perhaps a ceasefire, maybe temporary, but the detainee release as well?
So the thing is this, I mean, it has taken us, what, 14 months to get to this point. So 45,000 civilians have been killed, Palestinians. 70% of them are women and children. The number of child amputees is staggering. And my point is that it's too little, too late. And I have no belief that the Knesset and the Netanyahu government would actually go through with this. And even if they do, what's the point of a 60-day ceasefire if you're going to start up all over again? So the question is, where is the humanity in Israel, despite the 72% of people who would like to see an end to the bombing of civilians in Gaza?
And Dr. De Silva, how much influence do you think the US could have on Israel in securing a ceasefire? It doesn't seem to have had much success so far.
So we are in a lame duck phase of the Biden administration. So he's sending, Blinken running around the Middle East to try and secure a ceasefire in Gaza. But also, we have to look at the West Bank, we have to look at East Jerusalem, we have to look at all of those places where I think what almost 1,000 people have been, civilians have been killed in the West Bank. So, how on earth is is President Biden, in his lame duck face, going to pressure the Israeli government, the Netanyahu government, when he was unable to do so prior to the November presidential elections? I think it's highly doubtful, and we will have to wait for a Trump presidency come January 20th and see what we have in store for the beleaguered Palestinians.
And when it comes to a ceasefire, do you see any real possibility of a ceasefire? Or are these talks that occasionally take place, is it just a political maneuver on the part of Israel?
I mean, the facts speak for themselves. We've been talking ceasefire, permanent ceasefire, temporary ceasefire for 14, not 14 months, but uh, it's been going on for a long time. But the facts on the ground is that people are dying every day, 10, 20, 50, 100, and there's no end to it. There's no respite. I mean, 2,000-pound bombs are being dropped on tents, for God's sake. And there doesn't seem to be anything. And I really don't see the end game that Israel has in mind, unless they want to totally cleanse ethnically cleanse Gaza and then grab the offshore oil and gas reserves. I think that's the only rational, you know, reason for all of this carnage.